So a ballsy title, I know, but I do think I've got the ammunition to back this one up with, and I really do think these are a serious contender for the pancake. Once I've got these cooked, we'll have a closer look at the anatomy of these little crumpets. As always, you'll find the full recipe and method in the description, and in case you're wondering, this makes about 12 to 14 crumpets. Now, instead of using the usual water or milk, I'm going to use 500 grams of sour milk. This is going to give us great flavour and elevate the texture, but you can sub this for buttermilk if needed. This sour milk has been in the fridge, so I'm going to pop it on a low heat just to take the cold edge off of it. In my jug, I've got 300 grams of all-purpose flour. It's got a protein content of 11%, which means we won't get a strong gluten structure, which is going to keep that final texture nice and soft and not too chewy. To this, I'm adding 7 grams of salt, 2 grams of bicarbonate of soda, followed by a quick mix. I'm using 10 grams of fresh yeast for this recipe. If you'd rather use dried, that's absolutely fine, just halve the quantity. Once the sour milk feels neutral to the touch, as in it's not warm or cold, you can mix in the yeast using your fingers to dissolve it. Now, I don't bloom my yeast, but if you'd prefer to do that, that's absolutely fine. Just use a little of that milk and bloom it in another container. Now we can add the milk and yeast mixture to the flour mixture and give everything a whisk up. Don't go too crazy, just make sure everything is well combined and there aren't any lumps. The texture is more important than using the exact measurements. Different flours will absorb different amounts of liquid, so be prepared to adjust if necessary. You're aiming for a batter that flows nicely, but it's not so loose that it's going to run out of the rings. Now, this is a touch thick, and my sour milk was exactly 500 grams. And rather than open another bottle, I'm just going to use a touch of water to adjust that mixture, just adding a splash at a time. And this is the texture that we're shooting for. This is going to prove covered at room temperature for about an hour or so until risen and bubbly. But you could make this the night before, prove it overnight in the fridge so it's ready for breakfast the next day. Just make sure you use a big container because it gets quite lively. Now, the rings I'm using are non-stick and they are definitely worth investing in. I'll link to these in the video description. I'm using a cast iron pan to cook these in, but a non-stick pan will work just as well, and I'm preheating this on a medium heat, which is number 4 out of 9 on my hob. Once the mixture has roughly doubled in size, we are good to go, and we can generously wipe the bottom of the pan and the rings with vegetable oil and then fill the rings about halfway up. Try not to overfill the rings. The crumpet's going to cook from the bottom all the way to the top, and if the mixture is too thick, the bottom will overcook before the top sets, and this is another reason why your heat shouldn't be set too high. But you can always cook a test crumpet first. Just cook one off on its own just to check that heat setting's dialed in and you're using the right amount of batter. As the crumpets cook, you'll see bubbles traveling and bursting on the top. You can start to get a sense of how these crumpets work with runny toppings. And after the bubbles have burst, the top of the crumpet will start to dry out and you'll be able to see the iconic architecture of these crumpets. And I know I've said it once, but it's what makes them so good. Once the top of the batter's dry, release them from the rings and flip them over to cook for a minute or so on the other side. Now, in my opinion, they are best left to cool completely, and then I pop them in the toaster, and that's the trick to finishing these off perfectly. You get a crispy bite from the top, a crunchy, toasty bite from the bottom, and a soft, spongy interior where everything meets in the middle, and this is where all of those toppings will get trapped after dripping down through those channels created by the air bubbles. They're an amazing vehicle for every type of topping, and I'm guessing they could even be made with a smooth, flavoured batter like blueberry. And if you want to know if that can be done, let me know in the comments and I will definitely give it a try. Now, if you love sourdough, then don't miss this video where I explain the secret to cooking sourdough crumpets. So I challenge you, I throw down the gauntlet, push the pancakes to one side this weekend and give these crumpets a whirl. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again very soon. Stay tuned.